Postman, Professor Melly Mel. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. Lock the door. Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. I'm here back here with Dirty Dave, aka Ninja Dave. Dave, give us an Eazy-E story, bro. Don't keep us waiting.
Well, I guess I can try to clarify what a lot of people, one of the biggest misconception about Eazy-E, Eric Wright, is his status as a gang member or a gang banger, and relative to contrary belief, I was with him a lot back in those days, and so he always conveyed to me that it was stupid to be in a gang. That's his words to me, because that's where I was drawn to, the gang life, and I was just not. I was gonna be in the game for a long time, is what I guess is what he probably saw, his vision. But we always talked about rapping. Eric was never from any hood. He was never from Southside, Atlantic Drive, neighborhood, or Kelly Park. No matter.
But I think, though, not to cut you off, he was more partial to Atlantic Drive. Just my take on it, and what I gathered from others.
That's what, but it all depends on perspective. It depends on who you talk to and where they from. Because if you talk to somebody from Atlantic Drive, what they gonna say?
Atlantic Drive.
You talk to somebody from Kelly Park, what they gonna say?
Kelly Park.
You talk to somebody from Boyznhood, what they gonna say? Other than me.
Boyznhood.
You talk to somebody from Southside, the same thing. I've even heard Ward Lane thrown in there, and others. But no, Eric adamantly was against being a gang member. He didn't mind making money selling dope, and he wanted to get along with everybody. He had the power to bring everybody together and make one, if you would, a super gang like CC Riders and everything. He could have kept that all bigger than it was, like, that was just not his motivation. It never was.
So what would you think that his overall, what motivated him to be even turning them corners of being around these guys? Because there was something about being involved with a tribe or being part of a neighborhood. There was something that drew him towards it, because he rapped about it.
Yeah, but he didn't write those words.
Okay, who wrote the words?
Ice Cube, Ren, BG Knockout, those guys, other guys, and
DOC,
and others, yeah, and others. So, now was Eric down? Was he for real? Yeah. I would never say he wasn't down. I mean, he was the only real motherfucker that was in that group, the NWA group. He was the only one that knew what the real street life was about, and he was a hustler. He was a 24/7 hustler, and he was a businessman. Period. He was a straight out businessman.
When you say real gangster, what does that mean?
It means that your mindset is to be in it for the long haul. That it would probably take an act of God or nature, which eventually it did, to get you away from it. Now, if the music had not ever bumped off, would he have evolved into that? I think so. Yeah. But it happened, and he was still a young man. He was still a relatively young man when it happened, when it all happened. So when it did happen, he was able to pull away from it, and he actually in my opinion, he pulled away from a lot of people that would have been really down with him, you know, and probably would have been down to the death with him. And that's without a doubt. He had charisma. He had enough charisma to pull people to. If he wanted, he could have been the real godfather of Compton, per se, if he wanted.
Do you think that he was connected to all the tribes in Compton? Would you say that?
From a business perspective, yeah. He wanted to make money. He wanted to be able to sell his product to whoever he wanted to sell it to. He didn't want to have limitations on who he was going to make money from, and vice versa. You know, he didn't want limitations on that. He wanted the dollars to come from everywhere.
I always say, Dave, that we had some of the best marketing and the best plan when it came to selling and putting product out there. We just had the wrong product. Overall, I'm talking about if we look at how well we market ourselves in the so-called trade, right? But at the same time, if we would have had another product, a legal product, and put that same energy into it, where we could have been.
Well, who's to say what's legal?
Well, that's true.
And I mean, most of the rules and laws that we live by, we didn't make them. They're not our laws. They're not our rules.
So what you saying? They get to move the goalposts anytime they get ready?
We are the conquered and the captive. That's what we are.
Explain.
That means that as a Native American, we were conquered. Our land was taken from us. We don't have virtually no right. We don't make any decision. Hell, you don't even have a national holiday that represents Native Americans. So, and then African Americans were forced here. They were captive. Okay. So that's what we are. And when you're a conquered people, your mindset from the beginning is trampled on. You just it's hard to rise above.
Lock the door.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Finders, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a bro bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say?